timely and cost-effective manner.
Question number 8, Gareth Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and asks, why did New Zealand pull out of a joint proposal with the United States to create a marine reserve in Antarctica's Ross Sea?
Mr. Speaker,
Hon Christopher Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the underlying premise of the question is wrong. New Zealand did not pull out of a joint proposal with the United States to create a marine reserve in the Ross Sea.
Gareth Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Did the Minister take a recommendation to Cabinet to support either a joint New Zealand proposal or table just a New Zealand proposal at CAMLA this week?
The Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the matter was discussed at Cabinet. There are two proposals, as the member recognises. There's the United States proposal and our proposal. They have a lot in common. There are some differences. For example, there's one area where the United States want to engage in krill fishing. We don't. And as it turned out, we didn't pull out of any proposal. We said there are two proposals on the table and they can be taken to Hobart for discussion, which is carrying on as we speak.
Gareth Hughes.
Point of order.
Point of order, Gareth Hughes.
Sir, it was a good answer with lots of detail. The question was, what was the recommendation that the Minister took to Cabinet? It'd be good to get some information on the recommendation.
Explained exactly what.
It seemed to me the Minister did. He said that it seems that the decision was that both papers would go forward to the conference in Tasmania, is it? And that's what I think the Minister's answer was. Gareth Hughes, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that New Zealand sent the first boats to fish in the Ross Sea and takes calf the current toothfish catch, does the Minister acknowledge that New Zealand might be seen by some countries to be acting in our vested fishing interests at the expense of this pristine last ocean?
The Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister, no.
Supplementary. Does he accept that New Zealand will shoulder the blame if no agreement to protect the Ross Sea is reached at CAMLA, given our refusal, which has been quoted in the media by Ministers Brownlee, Carter and Joyce, to stop working on a joint US proposal?
The Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister, no. New Zealand is a sovereign country. It's put forward a proposal. I don't necessarily think we should be slavishly pro-American in all respects, and the member's disclosing some pro-Americanism, and I imagine Russell Norman will be counselling him after question time.
Gareth Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does the Minister want New Zealand's legacy to be the protection of Sanford's fishing interests in the Ross Sea, or the preservation for current and future generations of this amazing, pristine environment?
The Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister, I do think the member's position is as off the wall as Holly's lobbying legislation.
Order. Some attempt to answer the question prior to any such comment would have been helpful. The Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
No, New Zealand's position is that it is anxious to establish in the Southern Oceans a reserve which will be 9 times the size of New Zealand's waters, and that will be a tremendous legacy which our great Minister of Foreign Affairs will achieve.
Point of order.
Point of order, Gareth Hughes.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave to table a media document. It's from the Australian newspaper, which isn't often available in New Zealand, where the chairman of CAMLA said the failure of New Zealand and the US to have a joint proposal has made it more difficult to reach an agreement.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 9, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, this question is to the